There are moments in life when you no longer know if you're truly living or just existing. On those mornings, the girl would wake up, look at the sunlight seeping through the curtains. Beautiful, yes, but no longer enough to make her heart flutter. After letting go of the sad little stone, she thought she had released her pain, but in its place was an emptiness, a strange, quiet, calm, like a garden after a long rain, where the water has stopped falling, but the soil is still cold, waiting for something to grow. That morning, the rain had finally cleared after days of grey. She decided to take a walk for no real reason. Maybe to hear the birds sing, or to remind herself that the world was still moving, even if her heart wasn't ready to follow yet. The path curved through a small park. The scent of wet grass and fresh soil lingered in the air. Nostalgic, gentle, like something half forgotten, returning softly. She stopped when she saw an old man kneeling by a patch of earth. He moved slowly, scooping small handfuls of soil. His hands trembled slightly, but there was patience in every motion. Beside him was a fragile little sapling, its thin stem bending under the breeze, as if whispering, "I'm still here." She watched for a while, then asked softly, "Sir, it's so tiny. Do you think it will survive?" The old man smiled, his voice calm and warm. "It will. It's weak, but the soil here is kind. If it's cared for, it'll grow." She crouched down to look closer. The young leaves were tender, the roots barely gripping the ground. So delicate it seemed. One strong gust could snap it in two. The old man continued, "This tree will take 5 years to bloom. By then, I might not be around to see it. But I still plant it because I need something to hope for." His words lingered in the air, and something inside her loosened. For the first time in many months, she felt a small urge to do something. Anything. Even if it was just planting something of her own. The next afternoon, she passed by a flower shop. Rows of small pots lined the shelves, vivid greens shining under the morning light. Among them, she picked a small brown packet of seeds, with a simple note printed on it. "Easy to grow, just add love." She chuckled. It sounded cheesy, but she bought it anyway. At home, she found an old glass, filled it with soil, and planted the seeds. The first day, nothing happened. The second day, still nothing. By the fifth, she almost forgot it existed, until she noticed a single green sprout pushing through the soil. She stared at it for a long time, not saying a word. Her eyes grew warm. Something inside her chest shifted. From that day on, she named it Hope, because she wanted to remind herself that sometimes hope doesn't have to be loud or grand. It just needs a name, so we don't forget it's still there. Each morning, she'd open the window and whisper, "Good morning, Hope. The sky's beautiful today." She didn't notice when it happened, but every time she said those words, her voice grew lighter, and her heart softer. Then one day, the storm came back. She forgot to bring the plant inside. By the time she stepped onto the balcony, the pot had tipped over. One of Hope's branches had snapped. Her heart clenched, as if she'd lost something precious all over again. She knelt down, mud on her hands, and whispered through the rain, "I'm sorry. I wasn't careful. She brought the pot inside, wiped the leaves dry one by one, then tied the broken branch gently with a string. The soft glow of the lamp fell over her face. Tired, damp, but peaceful. The next morning, sunlight touched the window. The broken branch was still green. She smiled, not out of relief, but because she finally understood. Healing doesn't mean never breaking again. It means knowing how to grow back after you do. If you're hearing this right now, try planting your own little sprout. It doesn't have to be a real one. It can be something you want to nurture within yourself. Your courage, your trust, or simply your love for life. Care for it each day, gently, the way you wish someone had cared for you. Because sometimes, to heal, you don't need something new. You just need to let the old things grow again. That evening, she stood by the window. Golden sunlight filtered through the young leaves. The wind brushed gently against her face. And for the first time, she felt alive in that quiet way only peace can bring. She placed her hand on Hope's pot, fingers tracing its soft, trembling leaves. Then she whispered, "Thank you for teaching me how to grow, even when no one else could." A small breeze moved through the leaves, and they brushed softly against the glass. making the faintest sound, like a heartbeat, alive and steady. She looked up and smiled, not the smile of someone who's forgotten pain, but of someone who's learned to hold it and still keep walking. If you're listening to this, I want you to know the fact that you're still here, still breathing, still trying, is already something brave. Healing isn't a finish line. It's in the small things, watering a plant or whispering to yourself, "Today, I still have enough strength to try again." And when you feel weak, remember soft soil is where roots grow best, and your heart, no matter how hurt, is still rich enough to hold something good. Thank you for continuing to walk this journey with me. This is video 5 Inches, the 15-part Healing Your Inner Child series. If the old teddy bear was when you learned to hold yourself again, then the little sprout is when you began to live again. To see that, even after all the drought, there's still soil inside you rich enough to bloom once more. Thank you for choosing to be patient with yourself, for choosing not to give up, and for believing that, within your heart, there's still a small seed waiting to be touched by light. Keep watering it every day, with kindness, with faith, and even with the tears you once hid away. Because sometimes, it's the tears that help the seed grow. Healing isn't about forgetting. It's about learning to love life again, even with the cracks that once made you ache. I'll see you in video 6, the box of crayons, where we'll open an old box of colours, rediscover the joy of creating, and learn to paint the world again, in shades that belong only to you.